said in an interview that the superheroes films that you like best are ones that honor themselves as movies. What did you mean?
Well, I think probably not the ones that honor themselves as movies, but the ones that aren't just the superhero movies that I love the best are not just the ones that are flashy and surfacey and have a bunch of explosions and you know, that kind of thing. I think that is that is guaranteed when you go and see a
That's a given.
A superhero movie. Yeah, it's gonna have all those. It's gonna have awesome action. It's gonna have all that. But ultimately, it's the ones with a heart. You know, the ones that really get to the human aspects of these people, and kind of hit you on a whole different level that you weren't necessarily expecting going into it. Those are the ones that really do it for me.
So how did you prepare to play Harry? It's such an iconic role.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a lot about understanding who he's been in the past and what he's stood for, because he is this iconic character, and you do have to honor what he's always stood for. But also, this is the first time you get to see the Harry Osborn of today. You know,
which is what?
Which is a modern day Harry Osborn. You know, Look, he's just, it's simple as that. Like, he's a modern day Harry Osborn, and he exists in New York City today. So there's this whole, you know, he's a trust fund baby in New York City, and he dresses differently than Harry's ever dressed, and he really cares a lot about his hair and his clothes, and he tries to buy happiness, you know. And in that way, he kind of is really a part of this whole trust fund baby hipster culture of New York City that didn't really exist before modern
I love
day.
the lines about models being exhausting.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, he like lives it up, and he tries to buy his happiness, but we all know you can't buy happiness.
Did you go back to the Raimi trilogy? Did you watch that?
No, I didn't. I mean, I grew up with those movies. You know, when I was a kid, those movies were coming out, and I couldn't wait to see them. And I'm familiar with them, but the Harry Osborn in those movies is nothing like the Harry Osborn in this movie. And it's an entire reinvention of the character, and the whole arc is completely different. So it wouldn't necessarily have been helpful to go back and watch.
Magazine articles about you invariably compare you to Leonardo. Is that flattering, or is it scary?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely worse people in the world to be compared to, you know?
But is it a burden?
No, not at all. I mean, if it was a burden, I don't think I would be where I was today, you know? I think he has always done incredible work, especially early on in his career, and I love what he's doing now. And if 10, 20 years from now, I'm where he is, like that, it still will continue not to be a burden, you know?
Andrew Garfield talks often about fame and how scary it can be and how damaging it can be for an actor to have an image that's larger than the actor. Is that something that concerns you?
I don't know. I mean, I honestly haven't given it much thought. I mean, I think it is something that goes along with the territory when you're involved with something like this, you know. I'm sure I haven't really experienced it quite yet to the extent that he has, but I know it's impending. But I have a lot of parts of my life that are very reliable and that I can really fall back on, and I think will ultimately keep me grounded. You know, the fame part, it's amazing, and the fans are amazing, but it's not why I do this. I do this for the work, and the work's been great. So if you can't have one without the other, then just keep both coming, I guess.
But is it exciting to think that you might be walking down a street in India and be recognized?
Well, that kind of blows my mind. I don't know if I guess it's exciting. I mean, to think that far away on the other side of the world, you could walk down the street and be recognized. I mean, I think that's too big of a concept for me to really comprehend right now.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.